Ever find yourself pondering about what a VPS cloud server is and how it functions? Well, let's demystify this tech jargon together. A VPS, or virtual private server, is essentially a virtual machine, much like your computer, but it's housed in a massive data center and sold as a service by an internet hosting provider. But what makes it so special? Well, each VPS runs its own copy of an operating system, or OS for short, giving you super user-level access. This means you can install almost any software that runs on that OS. Imagine having a supercomputer at your fingertips, without the need for a cape or a secret lair. It's like having your own dedicated server, but without the high costs and maintenance headaches. It's the middle ground between shared hosting and having your own physical server. Now that you've got a basic idea of what a VPS cloud server is, let's dive into the nitty-gritty. So you might be wondering, what does a VPS cloud server do exactly? Well, let's dive right into it. A VPS, or virtual private server, is a virtual machine sold as a service by an internet hosting service. It operates independently, much like a physical computer would. And the beauty of it? It can perform functions just like a physical computer too. One of the key functions of a VPS cloud server is that it provides users with super user-level access to the operating system instance. In layman's terms, it's like having the keys to the kingdom. With this level of access, you can pretty much configure the system to your heart's delight. Want to tweak security settings? Go ahead. Need to install specific software to get your work done? You got it. The super user access gives you the freedom to customize your virtual space as you see fit. Now, speaking of software, that's another major function of a VPS cloud server. You can install almost any software that runs on that operating system. Whether you need to run a custom application or set up a private mail server, a VPS cloud server has got you covered. It's like having your personal playground where you can experiment, innovate, and create without limitations. Lastly, and perhaps one of the most enticing features, is that a VPS cloud server functions much like a dedicated server. But hold on, it's not just any dedicated server, it's one that you have complete control over, and yet, you don't have to worry about the upkeep. You get the power and control of a dedicated server, but without the hassle of maintaining the hardware. All these functions combine to make a VPS cloud server an incredibly versatile tool. It's customizable, flexible, and powerful. It can handle a variety of tasks, and it can adapt to a wide range of needs. Whether you're a small business owner needing a secure space for your website, or a developer looking to test out new software, a VPS cloud server can serve you well. So in essence, a VPS cloud server is a more flexible and powerful solution compared to traditional hosting. Now that we understand the functions, let's talk about when and why you might use a VPS cloud server. You see, a VPS cloud server is a bit like a Swiss Army knife in the world of web hosting. It's versatile, adaptable, and it can handle a multitude of tasks with finesse. Let's explore a few scenarios where a VPS cloud server can be a game changer. Firstly, consider running a website. If you're dealing with high traffic volumes, a shared server might not cut it. You need something with more oomph, something that won't stutter when the going gets tough. Enter the VPS cloud server. With dedicated resources at your disposal, it ensures your website never misses a beat, keeping your users happy and engaged. Next, think about hosting servers. Whether it's a gaming server for your friends or a private server for your business, a VPS cloud server offers the power and control you need. You can customize your server environment, tweak the settings to your heart's content, and enjoy a level of performance that shared hosting simply cannot match. And then there's testing applications. If you're an app developer, you know how crucial it is to test your creations in a safe and controlled environment. A VPS cloud server can provide just that. You can emulate different operating systems, simulate various conditions, and squash those pesky bugs before they wreak havoc on your end users. But that's not all. A VPS cloud server can also be used for data storage, email hosting, and so much more. It's a tool that scales with you, growing as your needs grow, ensuring you always have the resources you need at your fingertips. So, to wrap it up, a VPS cloud server is not just a tool, it's a solution. It's a solution to your high-traffic woes, a solution to your server hosting needs, a solution to your app testing requirements. It's a solution that offers flexibility, control, and performance, all wrapped up in one neat package. So whether you're a small business owner or an app developer, a VPS cloud server has a myriad of uses. Okay, so now we know what a VPS cloud server does and when you might use one. But what makes it so great? Let's discuss some key features. First off, let's talk about flexibility. A VPS cloud server is like a chameleon, adapting to your needs. Whether you're running a small blog or a bustling e-commerce site, a VPS cloud server can handle it. You're not stuck with a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, you can customize your server to exactly fit your requirements. Need more RAM or storage? No problem. Just adjust your server settings and you're good to go. It's like having your very own tailor but for your server needs. Next up is scalability. Think of this as your server's superpower to grow. As your business expands, so does your web traffic. But don't fret, your VPS cloud server can easily scale up to accommodate this. With just a few clicks, you can increase your server resources to handle the extra workload. And the best part? You can do this without any downtime. It's like having a magic wand that can instantly expand your server capacity. Then we have cost effectiveness. Now, who doesn't love saving money? With a VPS cloud server, you only pay for what you use. It's like going to a buffet. You don't pay for the entire spread, just what you put on your plate. So if you're a startup or a small business, this can be a huge advantage. You get enterprise-level server capabilities without breaking the bank. It's like getting a first-class ticket at economy prices. Security is another key feature. In the digital world, it's like having your own personal bodyguard. Your VPS cloud server is isolated from others. This means that even if another server is compromised, yours remains safe. Plus, you have the power to implement additional security measures. You can set up firewalls, install security software, and control access to your server. It's like having a fortress, but in the cloud. Let's not forget about performance. With a VPS cloud server, you're not sharing resources with other websites. This means faster loading times and better user experience. It's like having your own private lane on the internet highway. No traffic jams, no slowdowns, just smooth sailing all the way. And lastly, there's the ease of use. Many VPS cloud servers come with user-friendly control panels and one-click installers for popular software. So even if you're not a tech wizard, you can easily manage your server. It's like having a personal assistant, but for your server needs. With these features, it's clear to see why VPS cloud servers are increasingly popular in today's digital world. Alright, we've covered a lot today. Let's summarize what we've learned. Firstly, we dove into the world of VPS cloud servers, breaking down the concept into bite-sized pieces. We understood that a VPS, or virtual private server, is essentially a virtual machine sold as a service by an internet hosting service. It behaves much like a physical server, providing the flexibility and control over your environment that a physical server would, but at a fraction of the cost. Next, we explored the functions of a VPS cloud server. We learned that these servers provide the user with their own dedicated portion of a physical server. This dedicated portion allows for better performance and security. It's like having your own room in a big house where you can set your own rules, decorate as you please, and have a key to lock your room, all while enjoying the benefits of the shared spaces. We then shifted our attention to the numerous usage scenarios for a VPS cloud server. We discovered that these servers can be used for a myriad of tasks, including hosting websites, running applications, and storing data. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for the digital world. Finally, we delved into the key features of a VPS cloud server. We learned about the scalability, which allows you to easily adjust your resources based on your needs. We also highlighted the cost effectiveness, as you only pay for the resources you use. Additionally, we touched on the robust security features, which provide peace of mind in an increasingly digital landscape. And there you have it, a complete beginner's guide to VPS cloud servers. Remember, as technology continues to evolve, so too will the ways in which we use it, so stay curious and stay informed.